I've posted a fair few videos on my channel about packing for travel. I'm particularly passionate about traveling lightly. So packing lightly for both work travel and leisure travel. I appreciate that that is only a consideration that you can make practically, depending on the circumstances, depending on the length of your travel. But I really do feel like it is possible if you do approach the packing process strategically and with some planning. So we recently went on a trip to Geelong, for those of you that aren't in Australia. So Geelong is down south in the state of Victoria. It is a lot colder, and we were down there during the winter school holidays for 8 days. My family is made up of me, my husband, and our 4 children, and we travelled carry-on only in the middle of winter. Now I know that I have previously put up videos about us traveling to Japan. We traveled to Japan for 2 weeks, carry-on only. I have put up some other ones like work travel, but the difference in approach this time is that I've actually weighed everything for you. So we actually stuck to the 7 kilograms per person limit, because I know that I've received a few comments from people going, did you weigh the bags? And sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't. For our Japan trip, our carry-on wasn't weighed. We didn't go over too much, I don't think. We were able to fit it all into the like carry-on sized bags, but for this trip everything was within the carry-on dimensions and it was all within the weight limit. So I think that that's something that, like, again, please clap. I'm really calling for all of these applauses here, aren't I? Please clap. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how we did it, all of the bags that we packed. I'm going to share with you what I packed in my bag specifically as well, because I feel like you guys are probably interested in that more so than like what I packed in the kids' bags. And then I'm going to share with you the tips, like the top tips as to how to approach carry-on only packing within the weight limit. Now I also need to add, just to flex like my awesome packing lightly muscle, is that we were traveling down to spend time with family. So my husband and I were still working remotely on some of those days, and so a lot of our gadgets needed to come down with us, and so all of that was factored in. Some of those things are quite heavy, so it can be done too for like hybrid work/leisure trip. So without further ado, let me just run through some important stats for you. So here are the stats. We have 8 days away in the middle of winter. Like, this is winter. This is Geelong here. The weather was roughly 7 or 8 degrees. It was really cold. 6 people, 7 kilogram allowance per person, which means that's 42 kilograms in total. I know that that's a bit of a double up on a stat there, but I'm just trying to pad out this list. 12 hands, feet, and eyeballs, 60 fingers and 60 toes. Obviously, I'm showing my credibility here. Let me start off by sharing with you what I packed inside my bag in particular. The bag that I've packed all of my gear in is this one here. It is the Bellroy Light Travel Pack. Meanwhile, this bag tower here that isn't even fully in frame. This took me a ridiculous amount of time this morning to set up and balance. And it's not even achieving the result that I wanted to. Don't die. Oh my God. Yes. Oh, I got one more. Is that in frame? It's not even in frame. So I've taken iPhone footage so that you can like clap and applaud me. I'm really asking for a lot of that applause today in this video. But yes, I really do need to give a shout out to Bellroy and their bags too. I'll be featuring a lot of their bags in this video. This video isn't sponsored, by the way, but you guys know that I am a huge fan of Bellroy. Me and my family actually are just a huge fan of Bellroy. I will talk in detail about each of these bags. Okay, so my bag in particular, because this is all about me here, is the Light Travel Pack. This one is 38 litres in volume capacity. This one also comes in a smaller version. It comes in a 30 litre one, but I feel like the 38 litre is probably the most practical option if you are traveling for more than a few days. So this one comes with really comfortable padded straps. It's got a sternum strap here so that you don't have to worry about straps falling off. And the configuration of the bag is very simple, but it's very smart. So it's soft, super light. My goodness, I have such a soft spot now for light luggage from Bellroy. I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But this is the bag on the inside. These mesh compartments. You've got just a lot of functional things. Everything just stays very organized. Quick access pouches as well. And it's got a pass-through strap, which is very important, particularly if you are traveling with wheeled luggage, because it means that when you are maneuvering around the airport and going through security and stopping getting lunch and sitting at the gate, all that kind of thing, and you need to like move your bags quickly in an easy way, like this one just sat on top of the wheeled case that we took with us, and it just made it a lot easier. So this is probably meaning nothing to you as I'm showing you, like, you know, the internal configuration of the bag. So let me share with you everything that I packed inside for this trip. for my younger two, my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old, I was able to pack everything inside this bag here, which is called the Bellroy Light Carry-On. This one is in the 38 litre volume capacity, and this bag was released as a bit of an option to those who didn't want a hard shell case at the time that Bellroy released their luggage. So I have featured this bag in detail in my recent work travel video, but I hadn't had an opportunity yet to travel with this one until this recent winter trip. And oh my goodness, if I had to pick a favorite, and I'm just going to impose that obligation on me right now, this one shines. This one is my favorite case, like by a long shot. It's lightweight, it fits everything, it's durable, it's just really easy to maneuver. My husband loves this one too. Don't be afraid about the color, about it being light and thinking that it's gonna get dirty. The fabric is really durable. We've used this several times now. My husband's taken this on several work trips. And when you're storing it at home, because it just, you know, you can just squish it up flat, it doesn't take up as much room as a hard case. I think I've just had a lot of hard cases just in my life, and I really feel like the soft case has been underrated all of this time. Now that we've had a chance to properly use it, like, yes, without a doubt, this one is the best one. So I'll share with you what I packed inside the boys' cases. Just some footage there so that you can see, like, it packs a punch when it comes to capacity. This one is soft, but it's got the handles here. So it's not a backpack, it's a wheeled luggage, and it's a tilter case. So it's got two wheels here, whereas the hard shell case is more of a spinner. It's got the 360 spinner wheels. This one is just that tilter case. So that's a bit of a difference there. Also notice how a lot of like the airline staff typically use tilter cases as well. They don't use the spinners. I think it's something to do with having the four wheels means that you're subject to getting your bag repaired more often, because the wheels, I think they're prone to breaking. But Bellroy, I think they factor that in. You're able to actually order specific parts from Bellroy. You don't have to like get your complete case replaced. They've thought about that too. I think that there is more durability in a tilter case from a lot of the reading that I've been doing from a lot of travel bloggers and like those publications and whatnot. So yes, I have gone somewhat deep into this, which I don't know whether it's a good reflection of like the cool persona that I try and channel on the internet. But anyway, my husband packed everything inside this backpack here, this really smart looking backpack. This one looks quite compact, right? This one is called the Travel Transit Pack Pro, and I think that this is ideal for the business traveler because I think it just looks really, really smart. It's made of this lovely olive fabric, and the fabric is like water resistant and all of that stuff. It's just a very smart looking bag. Now this bag, in its original state, it is 30 litres in volume capacity. But as you can see here, it has an expandable section, this zip, which when you unzip it, it is 38 litres in volume capacity. So it is really, really good for that purpose. You've got options with this particular bag. There's a separate tech section for this bag. There's also a separate tech section for the light travel pack that I was using. And the straps, incredibly comfortable. Sternum strap, pass through, all of the things that you typically want in a bag, they've thought of it and they've made sure that it's in the bags. And so yeah, I think you'll find that when you're traveling with Bellroy bags, you will feel like you've been really taken care of in that sense, in the sense that they've done a lot of that thinking for you. So that was my husband's bag. He took this one. My 15-year-old, he took the smaller version of the Transit Pro bag. So I think he took the 26 litre. He doesn't need much when he travels. He's amazing. He was able to wear a lot of the chunky stuff with him on the plane. But yeah, he traveled quite light and he had a crossbody just to have that quick access stuff, also from Bellroy. And then my 13-year-old, he took an old season version. I think it's now been discontinued. It's like the Transit Travel Pack. I think it's a 30 litre bag. That was probably from about 5 years ago. And he was able to pack all of his stuff there. And all of the boys had their iPads and all of their tech gear with them as well. And we weighed every single one of their bags. We made it a whole activity actually on the morning of travel. I bought this scale off Amazon where you could just lift the bags, and we made sure that all of the bags were within that 7 kilogram limit.
This is 7 on the dot.
6. Try again. Okay, yeah, that's great. You're bringing your little crossbody?
Oh.
Because when we go into Melbourne, it's like a day.
Yeah.
Are we going into Melbourne?
Yeah,
We
because
are.
we're going to the footy.
It's a day, yeah? Like,
Yeah.
I want you to have your gear.
And you can hold it with the handle, Dad.
And so that was a lot of fun, and it meant that it took out any sort of surprise elements. By the time we got to the airport, we knew that we were within the weight limit. So yes, I would recommend that you get a scale as well, just so that you know that you're within that limit. That's the rundown of the bags that we used on the trip. Let me share with you my top tips for lightweight travel. So tip number 1 relates to clothing, and that is to rely on technical fabrics. So activewear that has a dual purpose of being both technical and loungewear. So quite a lot of the stuff from Lululemon, that stuff is really good and it'll be really comfortable for when you are traveling, and it's just a great stylish option for you to choose from. But then there's also a lot of the technical base layers that are out there in the market. So merino wool gets an amazing rap. That's because it's really great fabric. It's thin, but it's thermoregulating. It's just a fantastic, warm, but breathable fabric. I really like wearing Arket merino wool tops, and I don't think that they're just a technical top. I think that they're a really stylish top too, because they're quite fitted. Arket doesn't ship everywhere. It doesn't even ship to the US. And so another option that I would recommend would be the Uniqlo Heat Tech. And I've got the Heat Tech with the cashmere blend, and they are fantastic. They have different cuts too. They've got the turtleneck version, the crew version. Those things are amazing, and they're just thin, and it just makes it really easy to layer. There are some more stylish options, like there is a merino wool top from Henny, which is called the Car Top. And that one I have tried. That one's quite thick. And so I think that one would be good if you're going like into the depths of winter. That's a great option for you. And then for something that is just more on the technical side, the ones that we decked out our kids in, Macpac have a really good range of thermals, and they're sort of like individually packed in like these plastic bags, but they are often on sale, and I don't think they're made of merino wool. They're made of another technical fabric that they've been able to engineer, but that is a fantastic choice as well that all of our kids wear all the time. So technical fabrics, particularly in the depths of winter, are your friend when it comes to traveling lightly. And you'd be surprised about how much things generally weigh. So for example, my Patagonia flannel shirt that I took with me on our trip, that one weighs 394 grams. Yes, I know the specifics. I know the specifics because it's listed on their website, but yes, I also did like weigh each of my items when I was strategically planning like what to take with me, because I'm a little bit crazy like that. I just had a little bit of fun with it, and I probably went a little bit too deep in all of the weighing. But that shirt, 394 grams, right? And it looks quite lightweight. That thing I just love, because I wear it as a shirt, as a jacket. It's a really lovely, cozy, warm piece. But then on the flip side, the down hoodie that I have, also from Patagonia, that thing is like really bulky, but that's only 343 grams. And so you'd be surprised that like even the thing that is bulky might not weigh as much as the thing that you thought was lighter. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Which brings me on to my next tip, which relates to the whole bulky thing, is that packing cubes are your friend. I like using them for a dual purpose. So one of the reasons I like using them is just to keep everything tidy and to keep everything compartmentalized. I like keeping all of my smalls and my activewear in one little pouch. I like keeping all of my tops in another pouch. Sometimes I'll just have like things just like freely, like jeans and pants, I'll just have folded inside the case. But shoes you sort of want to keep away from things. So packing cells have that purpose of just keeping everything tidy. But also when you've got like a puffer jacket, for example, like the Patagonia one that I took with us, you can use a packing cell to keep everything sort of compressed. And so there is limited space in a lot of these bags, but you can pack a lot more when you use the packing cells just to keep everything together. So I would recommend packing cells. I know a lot of people are either team packing cube or they're not team packing cube. I am very much in team packing cube, and I'm trying to recruit you to my side. So tip number 3, I know that this is a Captain Obvious tip, but this is an important one to make, and that is to wear your heaviest gear on your travel days. I think technically it is really easy to stay within the 7 kilogram limit, but it's a whole nother thing to stay within the 7 kilogram limit and be stylish at the same time. And I like to ensure that my outfits at least reflect some of my personal style. And so I had a pair of jeans at my disposal, I had a chunky knit, I had a woolen coat with me on this trip, and those are the things that I made sure that I wore on travel day. I reckon that they would have been about 2.5 kilograms if I had packed them in my case, and that was just weight that just wasn't even factored in because I wore it. No one was weighing me, they were just weighing the bags. So that's just something that you have to factor in. Make sure that you're wearing all your heavy stuff, particularly if you are going to be approaching the light packing lifestyle and joining me. 4, embrace a lightweight bag. So if you can, I would avoid a hard shell bag and I would embrace one of these light bags, particularly ones that are made of that technical light fabric. So I have already yapped on about the Bellroy Light Carry-On. This one here, this is probably my top recommendation. If you don't want a wheelie case, but you want that same light fabric, this is obviously a bit of a lighter bag. There's the backpack version of that. This one's fantastic too. They go together very well. I think there's a bit of a travel pair if you're traveling as a family, but having a lightweight travel bag that is functional and just considered in its design just means that you can take so much more with you, which is the experience that we had on our recent trip. Tip number 5 is wash your clothes, do your laundry. So we laundered once while we were away, and it just means that you can travel for a lot longer with a lot less. So we always factor in doing a bit of a wash, even when we're not staying with family. I appreciate we did stay with family in this trip. We're able to use my sister-in-law's washing machine, but even when we were overseas, we made sure that we laundered. I think laundering just means that you don't have to take everything with you. It's not like you're traveling for 10 days, you need 10 different outfits. It doesn't work like that. It just means that you can just have all of these different pieces that you're able to mix and match. Meanwhile, let me just share with you a quick montage of all of the outfits that I wore on all of the days that I traveled. As you can see there was much variety. We also went into Melbourne City to watch a Swans game because they were just coincidentally playing that weekend that we were down. So yeah, it was just, we had time in Geelong, time in Melbourne. We were able to wear things that were comfortable, also things that were like smart casual. It was great. And my final tip is to keep your tech bits as lean as possible. Having like a different adapter for each thing is just really cumbersome and just not a very practical option. And so I think if you can keep it as lean as possible with just one adapter and multiple cables that you can just then plug into that one adapter, that is just the best way to approach it. Keep it lean, keep it all in a tech case, all of that stuff we were able to use. So if you keep that as lean as possible, you'll really notice it in terms of the space and the weight. I think that's all I have to say on this topic for now on lightweight travel. I hope that you found this video useful or inspiring if you haven't yet embraced the lightweight travel lifestyle. If you have any questions, then pop them in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any questions about these bags as well, just let me know. But I'll ensure that I have everything that I packed and all the bags that we took linked in the description section below, just so that, you know, you'll be able to have a nosy, have a bit of a browse. I cannot recommend the Bellroy bags that I featured enough, particularly that bag. This one, my one true love. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.